Hiya, it's Sophia here from the Friendly Vet channel, where the purpose of this channel is if you've got a friend that's a vet and they can just tell you in a friendly way what you can do to be helping your pets the most. And today's topic is that we're going to be talking about bulldog maintenance, how to maintain your bulldog, or other short-faced dogs such as pug or boxer, etc. As you may know, if you've been watching this channel for a little bit now, I do have two French bulldogs, so I know a little bit about this, not even just from being a vet, just from being a pet owner as well. So hopefully you can find some useful information in this video if you've got a breed such as that. So the first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about this topic is their skin. A lot of you, if you've got these breeds, may have problems with their skin. So obviously they might have allergies and stuff like that. So ways that you can help them at home and help to maintain so you don't end up with problems and infections is just to go through either every few days or every day if you can, and just make sure that all of the problem areas are nice and clean and fresh. So that's going to be in the folds on the face. For British bulldogs, you might also see problems with the fold just around their tail. I suppose some French bulldogs might get that problem as well. You've also got, especially with British bulldogs, between the toes, so just make sure, like after every walk, just clean in between the toes just with a baby wipe, or if they suffer a lot with their allergies, there are special medicated wipes that you can get from the vet, so ask them about that if you haven't got that already, or whether they'd recommend that for you. Ears as well. A lot of you, if your dog suffers with skin problems, might notice that they're getting ear infections a lot, so we can just help them with that by cleaning their ears. Depending, your vet can tell you what frequency would be good for your dog. I usually just keep an eye out to see if the skin inside the ear is getting a little bit red at all, or if I can actually see any wax. By the time you can see some by just looking inside, then they're probably due for a clean, and your vet can also show you the correct technique and recommend products based on your dog and what issues they've got. You also need to be careful with these sorts of breeds that you're watching their weights. So especially again with the more extreme versions of this, such as British bulldogs and French bulldogs, the more weight that they're carrying, especially if your dog carries their weight around the neck, that is going to make their breathing worse because it's kind of crushing everything inside. Every time that you see the weight coming outside of the rolls on the neck, it's also inside as well, so that's not helping with their breathing. So especially if your bulldog does have issues with breathing at all, obviously get that checked out by your vets, and also get them on a weight loss plan. It will also help with their back as well. A lot of these breeds suffer with back problems. It's a big problem with French bulldogs at the moment, that they're having really weak spines basically, so obviously having a bit of extra weight is going to put extra pressure on the spine, and that's not really going to be great for them. So if you can keep their weight down as much as possible. When a bulldog is the correct weight, they do have quite a dramatic difference between the chest on the front half of the dog and then the abdominal area on the back. They're going to have you're kind of going to be like that, and the waist is going to come in like this, and it's going to look a bit, a lot of people might think that's too skinny, but that's actually perfect for them. I'll try and find a picture if I can and put it in the video here. So you want to make sure that their weight's really as low as it possibly can be, and as well, if you're not sure if your dog's the right weight, then you can get them in to your vet clinic. A lot of clinics do nurse weight clinics, and sometimes it's free, sometimes it might be £10 or £20, but not too bad, just to check if your dog's got the right weight and diet. Obviously, you do want to get your dog checked by a vet regularly, especially if they are a breed like this who do have a lot of health problems, unfortunately. So just make sure you go obviously for your annual booster to get that, which hopefully you'll be doing anyway, and then you might even want to consider doing like a 6-monthly health check, or even like a nurse health check every 3 months, just so they can see if there's any problems that you might be missing out on, like the teeth, the skin, anything like that. Digestion wise, they do suffer a bit with the digestion, you've probably noticed, because your house probably doesn't smell great in the evening when they've been farting for a few hours. They do suffer with that more than other breeds. So just experiment really with the food to find the right diet for them, whether you need to try a few different ones. Obviously don't change it too often in a short period of time, and if you do change it, then just change it slowly from one food to the other, and also consider other problems that they might have when choosing a food, such as if they do have a skin problem, or if they do have a problem, tendency to carry extra weight, then you can get foods specifically for that, and there's a lot of different options. So again, if you did need advice, then you can always ask a vet or nurse at your local clinic. And the last thing that I wanted to mention, just to maintain your bulldog's health, is just to make sure that they're hygienic around the back end, because they can't really reach, a lot of them, unfortunately, because they've not got very long necks, they've not got very long bodies, and so sometimes they can't reach around to clean themselves. So obviously really important, if your female dog is in heat, they're not going to be able to clean all that up very well, so just be there with the wet wipes ready to help her with that. Also, after they've been to the toilet, they might need you to give them a little hand just with a wet wipe, just to clean them up, and that's going to help prevent as well any problems down there with any infections, also with the skin, and also underneath after they've been for a wee. Male dogs might need to be cleaned up a little bit as well. So hopefully all that information was helpful for you. I hope you learned something new. Like I said, if you do have any concerns, then get them down to your local vets to be seen by a vet or a nurse, just to check them over, and they can let you know what they think, if there's any problems that you need to address. As always, if you enjoyed this content, then please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!